Alright, hopefully this is all working, but welcome to Xvox Uncut's crazy-ass podcast with tons of people, tons of things to talk about. And before we start the show, I just need to know, how are we doing, Vern?
I'm awesome.
Are you? Good. You were gone last week. We were concerned. We tried to replace you with Steve, but it didn't work out. We had
Yeah, yeah. You tried to replace that segment with "How are you doing, Vern?" to "How are you doing, Steve?"
No,
Actually, nobody did ask me how I was doing. I feel a bit upset
Because
now.
nobody cares.
Steve,
I care. Now I don't care about you, Michael.
Oh, I'm
So
used to that.
what were you
Trust
going
me.
to say, Dustin?
I was going to tell you to go fuck off, but let's actually start the
Okay,
show. This is episode 96. Welcome to the show, everyone. I'd like to introduce our panels. Let's see.
We didn't start recording yet.
Yes, we did. We're not recording using Audacity today because people want
What?
to use their Xbox. So we'll use Skype.
Whoa!
I'm recording two separate versions of this, so hopefully it all works out good. Because right now, I'm gonna pull my hair out. But for right now, let's just get started. Let's talk about Daniel being back on the show this week. Welcome to the show, Daniel.
Thanks for having me.
No, thank you for coming on. As you've heard, we have the Steve Rules, the one and only Steve Rules. SteveRules.com.
Hey guys.
Not .co, not
Hello.
UK. No, fuck that. .com.
Yeah,
That's right.
America.
Yeah, I mean, you can try .co.uk if you want. It'll just send you to .com.
We know
So-
the correct one. We all know which one it is. We have the wonderful Tim Dog on the show.
What's up, guys?
Thanks for coming on, Tim. You are awesome for being here. You're the man.
I think we should call him the wondrous Tim Dog. You
The
know,
wondrous Tim Dog.
wondrous. Yeah,
Maybe that's what he should change his name on
it's a little
Twitter
more
to.
magical. You know, we call him
Nah,
wondrous.
Tim Dog straight.
Tim Dog straight. Okay. We have Michael on the show this week. Thank you for coming back on the show, Michael.
Always going to be here. You'll never lose me until I die.
I don't know.
Shit.
We're playing Survivor. We got qualifiers. I'm handing out roses at the end of this episode. But one person doesn't have to worry about losing is the one and only Vern. Welcome to the show,
Wait.
Vern.
But you have to worry about losing me.
No, you don't have to. Not this week, because you had a week off last week, so
Okay.
you're essentially on a bye week,
I see.
so you don't have to worry. You're good.
I see.
All right. Well, I guess I should stop joking around, and we should move on to letters. Because we got a letter.
We do. And it's
And
from.
Let's hope Vern actually remembered to bring it up.
I have it here. It's right in front of me. It's from Paul Runyon, like Bunyan, but with an R. He says, "Hey guys, it has been a while. Since what? I don't know. Anyway,
He's written in before. Just
it's been a while since he's written in. Okay, got it. He says he loves the podcast, and he loves that we've added new voices over the past few months. It's good to hear more opinions. Now, on to my question. What developer has the most to prove going into E3 and the holiday? Ubisoft? 343 Interactive? Maybe even Rare? This could also extend to Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo. Also, are you guys going to do a podcast like last year for E3? Thanks, Paul.
quick answer: no. We're closing down for E3. We're taking the year off. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna do a podcast. We're gonna do a Twitch stream. We're only gonna be I'm gonna stream all day that day. It's gonna be amazing. Vern's gonna leave me to go to sit in a
Just
movie
for
theater
Sony.
for Sony. But he might actually come back online to chit chat
That's the
about
plan.
the Sony conference. Yeah. So, but yes, we will do a live stream and there'll be a podcast. But okay, just to throw it out there, we're gonna have a before show, which we will record. We'll have we'll rebroadcast what they're doing with our live reactions, and then we're gonna do a podcast afterwards. But we're not gonna upload. I don't think we'll upload either the before show or the actual reactions. That's all gonna be strictly for
the stream.
For the stream, yeah, and it's just be easier that way. Overall,
We're recording the post-conference show.
yes.
Yes.
Just for Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
maybe depending on how, like, if Sony's is insane, we'll do something. But I don't think
It's kind of a
we're
weird thing to
gonna
do a separate episode just for Sony on an Xbox
Well-
podcast, though. I guess, yeah.
Who knows? But insofar as what developer has improved the most, 343 has a lot to make up for. I think it'd be hard to disagree that they burned a lot of bridges with Master Chief Collection Halo 4, so they have a lot to prove, to say the least.
They pissed off people over the last few days, too, with the Halo 1 aiming being all screwed up or something.
And what doesn't change when they release
this
a new
point-
patch?
At this point, I kind of feel bad for them because it's like they're trying. I think
Comedy
they're
of
trying to
errors.
They shouldn't even have
Yeah.
released the multiplayer, just like the Uncharted collection.
No,
But Halo is
no.
defined by its multiplayer.
I'm
That
joking.
would have been terrible.
Yeah, it's okay for one, but
But anyway, continue, Michael.
I mean, yeah, that's an obvious one of, somebody that has a lot to make up for. I'd also say that the Coalition, as they're now known, Forming Black Tusk Studios, depending on what gets announced, I really don't give a shit about anything that Sony's showing, because we know Uncharted 4 is going to be Uncharted. Nothing else really is exciting in any way, shape, or form. Anything that Nintendo's making has been delayed, so they're not going to show it anyway.
Star Fox!
Yeah. Congratulations. On top of that, as a whole, Bethesda, the publishing branch, I mean, considering they announced Fallout 4, they got to show something really good to get people, like, continuously hyped for that game. So, yeah.
I think he's spot on with Rare, though. I mean, they really do have a lot to prove. People have been down on them for quite some time since they've been making the Kinect games. So they need to bring it, and they need to bring it hard. So, yeah.
Is Rare have got to prove that I suppose that they can I mean, Kinect sold 9 million copies. I don't think commercially they do, but I guess in terms of what they make, they've got to prove that they can readapt, because they've sort of changed themselves sort of a few times. I guess they've got to prove that they're sort of still relevant in the AAA space, and that they can also make possibly these sort of fun games, possibly in sort of their old franchises, which is what people have wanted. So, but I think 343 is the obvious one. I mean, I don't think Bethesda does too much, but perhaps with Doom, for example. I mean, that's a project that's been going on for best part of a decade of various iterations, and it's not gone anywhere.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the Doom beta.
So Bethesda have got to come out good with that. But yeah, I think I suppose Assassin's Creed, you could argue, is a similar case after the problems Unity had. But I think 343 are the most obvious one, because I mean, I was playing ODST. I played some with Dan and Dustin, and it was fine. But I played it with some other friends that live close to me, and I mean the sort of lag was ridiculous. It was like basically a slideshow at times. It was really weird, and then all of a sudden it would just be like an entire level would be screwed. You move on to the next level, and it'd be completely fine. It was bizarre. So I don't know quite if other people have had the same experience, but I think ODST might not have done them too much.
We know with Halo 5, even the co-op games are going to be on dedicated servers, right?
The whole game's gonna be on dedicated servers.
Yeah.
With no
Yes.
P2P.
Yeah. So that kind of thing shouldn't be an issue. I mean, with ODST, you're using peer-to-peer, so anything could happen as far as
it's not always
performance.
peer-to-peer. It's not.
No, for co-op it is.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
Yeah, for co-op it is. For the online
Right.
multiplayer
It could revert
matches,
to it
it's
or
different.
something.
Right, but ODSC doesn't have multiplayer. They didn't do the at least not PvP. They didn't do the was it firefight? So
Firefight.
You have to wait for Reach for that.
as far as Sony and Nintendo, well, Nintendo's kind of whatever. I'd like to see
Whatever.
Star Fox. I doubt we'll see a new IP. Do you think so? Because of the new console kind of down the road already.
The console's 2017 at the earliest,
Yeah,
so
Yeah.
they'll have to they need to do something other than releasing
This will be
Legend
their
of Zelda.
last. This will be their last E3 before the next console, where we probably see like something new, though. I'd guess.
In theory.
Yeah.
In theory.
Some of the like sort of smaller stuff that people kind of like perhaps I wouldn't expect too much. People got Xenoblade, Star Fox. Wasn't there another title they showed at the same time as Star Fox?
Mario.
It was supposed to be Legend of Zelda, but that got delayed. And you're right about Mario Maker being like the other game that they had.
Yeah.
And even then, it's not as much of a game as
title,
just taking whatever new Super Mario something or other, and just basically giving the development tools to people.
On the Sony side, who does have a lot to prove is Polyphony. With Gran Turismo, maybe they show something, but they do have a lot to prove because GT6 wasn't the kind of upgrade that people were really longing for, and they've been taking a long time to put out games. So yeah, I would say definitely them.
I agree.
Guerrilla Games.
Guerrilla Games. Yes,
I was going to say Guerrilla. I mean, I think they sort of righted the boat with Killzone 2, and then Killzone 3 wasn't quite as good, and then Shadowfall, as we've discussed on here, was dreadful. I don't really want to talk about it, but they've got a chance to do something new, something completely different. I mean, the concept sounds cool, but the order on paper sounded pretty cool, and that was another Sony game that didn't quite be what it was supposed to be. So
it was a cinematic experience. I don't know what you're talking about.
And the rumors going around is that Horizon actually isn't all that good. I think some posts were made on GAF and then deleted. And yeah, we'll see. Maybe it'll be interesting, but
they haven't made Killzone 3 was their last really good game. Ever since then,
Killzone 2 probably.
Yeah,
fair,
right.
They did
Killzone
make
3 was
Killzone
okay.
Mercenary.
Yeah.
Mercenary was much better than Shadowfall, and they launched within about 2 months of each other. But that was
what else?
Mercenary was Cambridge though.
Yeah. Well, I assume they're probably helping on the new IP at this point.
Could be, or they could work on their own.
Something else is Bungie, right? They have to try something to because it's listed that the next expansion is going to be there in some way, shape, or form.
Well, we know the name now, don't we? Didn't it get confirmed?
I don't know.
Something about the king, or I forgot the name of it.
I hope it has to do with the Cabal.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it got confirmed though. Like someone saw it on like some kind of advertisement, or I forgot what. But
then they trademark it or something.
Yeah.
I think overall, though, 343 really is the most pressing because they kind of released a broken game, and yeah. So
I'm a Halo fan, and they definitely released a broken game.
Here it is, The Taken King. Taken King. It was confirmed by a Red Bull can.
Wow. Is there anything else, or is it just the name?
That's it. Yeah, there was a logo too.
That could be with Fallen or with Cabal.
I thought that was something Fallen.
Yeah,
there's
definitely 343 chords.
Yeah, there's the King's Fallen House, but that's get to other stuff. That or the No Man's Sky team of Hello Games, right? Because that game's been the shit hyped out of it since it was announced, and ever since then, my opinion is just plummeted. Of congratulations, you're showing us a bunch of trailers of the exact same thing.
What are you afraid of?
But what do you do in No Man's Sky?
And when the developers are going, we don't know what you do in No Man's Sky. That's the fucking problem.
Yeah,
no, but you always have games like that where it's like, what do you do in Minecraft?
Exactly.
Yeah. You could do fucking anything in Minecraft. Like, there's nothing.
I think.
What do you not do?
It could be great.
It could suck too.
It could suck. Yeah.
Is that Minecraft was developed over time with this promise of unknown potential, and as it was recognized by the community and its creators and as part of YouTube, it blossomed into its own thing. No Man's Sky, they sort of set its expectation of they've already said you're going to explore millions of unique planets, you're going to go to different galaxies, all this sort of stuff. But outside of that, we have no other framework for what's going on.
I know. It's not like, can you cut down a tree on a planet, and does that make like, you don't get any of that, so we don't really know.
The other thing, I mean, the thing about No Man's Sky is, they backed Destiny a lot, and it wasn't received very well. I think, Sony have said that they are backing No Man's Sky like a first-party game. I think they would probably be less cautious. They would probably be a bit more cautious about doing that if they didn't think that it, there was kind of perhaps something more to it than perhaps they've been able to sort of get across to us. Because I think, they don't want to get into a situation and they keep backing these games and everyone's, the 6th and 65 out of 100 on Metacritic, and everyone's like, it finds it a bit confusing when they keep backing these sort of games that aren't as good as they hype them up to be. I think it'll be interesting anyway.
I think it's gonna be a good E3. Oh, and there was one more part of the letter.
Yeah.
At the very end, there was a very important postscript.
I know.
And it says, "How are you doing, Vern?"
So how are you doing, Vern?
I'm good.
Good.
I'd like to say I had the week off, and that's why I wasn't here last time, but that's not why. I actually had to sing at a ordination for a new deacon at our church. So
yeah, that's what we call having a recreational week off.
yeah, no, not at all. It was a long service.
It's the exact
too, man.
opposite.
Oh, we had to meet a half hour early, and the whole thing went 2 hours because there were actually 2 deacons being ordained, and one was Spanish speaking. So we did like a bilingual mass. And yeah, so we had to do 2 versions of every single reading. We sang all the mass parts in Spanish. The homily was both in English and Spanish, so it was pretty long. I would have much rather be here chatting with you guys. So that's how it goes.
Well, at least one person feels like that. Let's move on to news. Just kidding, people.
But thank you, Paul. Kidding. Thank you for writing in.
Yeah, thank you so much. You're
Write
awesome.
us again.
And good you can write us at letters@xboxuncut.com. That's letters@xboxuncut.com. And just, ask Vern how he's doing. That's what Paul did it. You can do it. Everybody can do it. That's right. But let's get into the news for the week. Let's talk about Steve's favorite name change of the week, and that's the Cole-alition. Xbox One Gears of War developer changes its name to the Cole-alition. I think we know how Steve feels. Any other comments, Steve?
I mean, I suppose it was inevitable. I did think it seemed a bit early, then remembered that, if Gears of War was launching this year, then I don't want to have Black Tusk on one box and then the Cole-alition on another box. So, it seems like, as I said, it just seemed like an inevitability. I mean, Rod seemed very excited about it, so, I'd rather, he'd be excited about what he's doing than be like, no, I'm just doing this. So, and I'm a big Gears fan. Gears is probably my sort of favorite franchise that isn't, dead like Shenmue or something. So I'm excited to see what they've got planned. Hopefully they give it the full Halo treatment. I'll be quite satisfied with that. I can't say I really particularly like the name itself, but never mind.
I don't really think it's a big deal. I mean, I hear people making it a big deal, but it's just a name change.
I think it's good.
It's a good logo.
Yeah, I'm disagreeing with Steve. I think it's a good idea. Black Tusk sounds like a Lorenzo Lamas B movie to me. So not a big fan of the name. Second, they've been recruiting a lot of people, and they shift development to a completely different game. So it's like a new birth for that studio, I'd imagine. Well, a second birth, or third even. Weren't they originally something else before?
Microsoft Studios Vancouver. So
yeah, something like that.
Third name in however many years, and it's still
right. But now they're actually about to release a game. So I wouldn't be surprised if that development team actually was like behind it completely. Who knows? But I don't think it's a situation where Microsoft was demanding them to change their name to sound like something from the series.
Franchise.
First off, the Cole-alition. I mean, it does work with the lore as far as what the coalition of what is it? The
coalition of governments.
Governments, yeah. Right. That works with it, but no one immediately thinks that right away. It's a name that could be used for another IP down the road, and it wouldn't sound like the way
They could just
343i
be a name.
sounds with Halo.
Exactly.
You know? That's what I mean. Like it's not an issue. I'm saying. And then besides that, it looks fucking cool. The logo is awesome. When I first saw the logo, I wasn't too hyped about it, but then once you see it in motion and it spins and it's kind of like a mixture of like a gear
Chainsaw,
as well as
yeah.
a chainsaw. It's pretty cool, man. And to people worried about another IP like not happening, that shit's not going to happen for a long time. Gears is fucking Gears. That's huge. And this game's going to sell well. And once they're done with this game, people are going to want another one. So it doesn't mean, 6-7 years from now they can't move on to something else. But do you really expect them to move to something else right away? No.
And let's be honest, anything else would be a smaller title.
Right, and they didn't prove themselves yet. This is their first game with this development team. So let's say this game's awesome, and then the next one's awesome too, and maybe they staff up. Maybe then there's a second development team that works on something. But I don't know why you would expect them to work on something else right away.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they have preliminary work done on whatever the Shanghai game is, but it doesn't make sense for them.
I thought that was just a proof of concept visual
There's
thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's what Phil Spencer said, but can you really think that they didn't have that much done on it?
Yes.
They've been around a long
yes,
time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Have you seen the Infiltrator demo that Epic made for Unreal Engine 4? Or the Elemental demo? Or the release which you love?
Sure.
All of those are graphic demos of the exact same thing.
What were they doing all that time before Gears of War was purchased, though? They were together for quite a while, so
who knows?
They had a Kinect FPS called Project Columbia in development, which was cancelled, and then that's when they became Black Tusk, and then they were working on this new IP. I mean,
for about a year,
I'm not suggesting
it was over a year. It was about 2 years.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, I'm not suggesting that the whatever it was far along in development, but I mean, they had to have been doing something all that time. I think it was probably, and the thing is that if Phil was tweeting about it and talked about how they had some interesting stuff going on with Microsoft Research and all this other stuff, I mean, they had to have been doing something.
It does seem like they were more tech focused for a while, but yeah, I mean, like a lot of the people on this team were hired probably with the expectation of creating a new IP. So I see why maybe some of them might be upset, but at the same time, it's Gears of War.
It's going to be successful.
It's pretty good job security.
Yeah.
That was always my issue with that was like my only issue with 343 Industries. It's like how many people went there to work on Halo, not because I like Halo, but because it's Halo. It's going to be successful, right? That seems like something that would.
So no matter what, this game you're going to put out is going to sell about 3 million copies minimum.
Yeah.
And you're going to be able to make a sequel, so you're going to have a job for the next 10 years.
Yep.
So.
Well, wasn't Coalition? Weren't they like originally like the top recruited talent from different developers? I remember hearing that. Like it was like when they first started, they kind of got the best developers around that were kind of lingering, I guess. Do you guys remember hearing about that? Or
343 was built the same way. It was just fucking if there's an amazing dude, put him on the team. Like, let's get him.
I think there's a lot of ex-EA there as well. Yeah. But I've also seen quite a few people that used to work at like Blur Studios and like CGI people. So that could be, I mean, I would expect a sort of a bit of a visual showcase anyway, but it does seem like they've got that side.
But I mean, they've been filling up the coalition with epic people for a while now to specifically for Gears. Like it's yeah, Rob Ferguson. Yeah, you're going to be on this project because you made Gears what it is. I mean, yes.
So it's like the cinematic director.
Yeah, that's the other one.
And the Gears 3 multiplayer lead works at 343 on Halo, so it wouldn't be too hard for them to say, "Hey, go talk to them a little bit."
Yep.
Right.
But I imagine he's pretty busy with Halo 5 right now.
Oh yeah.
So is Joe Staten involved with Gears at all, or no? I don't think so. Right?
He might be. I imagine he's involved with Crackdown, Phantom Dust.
I think Rod Ferguson is working as the creative director on it, right?
Yeah, he might be the creative director. So they wouldn't really. Joe would probably.
There might not be one. It's probably just him and then everyone else.
Joseph Staten. He did some work on Sunset Overdrive because he obviously arrived not too long before it shipped, and he was working on Scalebound as well. But his
I think he's
LinkedIn
working
profile
on...
mentions HoloLens now as well as Xbox in Windows 10.
Oh.
So.
All right, I guess it's time to move on, people. Let's talk about Fallout 4. Let's talk about the biggest game this week, without a doubt. Everybody's talking about it. Fallout 4 is coming. Xbox One, PS4, and PC. No older consoles that we know of.
This time with color. It has color,
It
guys.
has color, but
it's not
still,
brown and green. I'm so excited.
It looks like a 360 game that is higher res.
It does.
That has color.
You know, I don't think it looks
It
that
does.
bad.
It
reminds
does.
me.
It doesn't.
It's about the same graphics as something like Destiny, in my opinion.
Oh,
You know,
no, I
which
think
is-
Destiny looks
Yes,
so much
I
prettier
agree.
than this. I think
Well, I
that,
thought
I'm gonna post a screenshot in chat, and you tell me that.
well,
I
I
know,
can't
it
look
looked like-
at
It definitely looks better than Destiny. Destiny definitely looks better than Fallout 4. It looks like a 360 game that's been up-resed, like a late 360 game.
There's a reason the reaction on the internet went, I still can't wait for it. It's going to be fucking amazing.
The
Like that's-
character models are weak. I'll say
Yes.
that.
They've always been bad.
No,
Yeah,
but
that's
like
true,
it's
too.
not.
They've
I'm
always-
sorry.
Bethesda has
I
always
have
had
never
shit
given
character
any
models.
game like fucking leeway for this. I don't care if that's. It's just that's how our art style is to have bad characters. I don't give a fuck. I didn't give what is it the bullshit Bloodborne credit for it on PS4. I'm not going to give Fallout credit for it. I don't
Do you
care.
give Walking Dead credit?
No, but it's not a fucking $100 million game.
Really?
Yeah, it's not.
Really?
It doesn't cost that much to produce compared to what they're.
Well,
here.
maybe we've heard different numbers.
Yeah.
You know,
And
Zorps
no
has a
different
good
Have
stats.
question.
proof of these different numbers?
Zorps here has a good
considering
question.
considering that Telltale's about 300 people, that takes a lot of money compared to Bethesda, which is 150.
Yeah, but they're also making several games, so how much does The Walking Dead take to produce?
About 150.
Could you have proof of this?
No, it's speculation based on what I know about their general development habits, and
Okay.
hearing from other developers who have done ports of their products.
Oh, and by the way, I have given The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, and all those games shit for how ugly the graphics are and that they need to upgrade their engine. This isn't me picking on Fallout. I've given every game this generation this critique.
It's probably the similar tech to what they use with Skyrim, I guess.
It's the exact same engine.
Yeah, it's Gamebryo, or is that Gamebryo? No, Skyrim was a brand new engine, right?
Creation. No, it wasn't. It wasn't even new then. It was just an upgraded version of Gamebryo called Creation, which was,
That's what
I
I
mean, Gamebryo goes back to
So-
Morrowind.
So you have to imagine the graphically impressive game that comes from Bethesda is going to be
Later this generation.
the Elder Scrolls game. Yeah,
Mhm.
just like it was last generation. Fallout 3 was not a great looking game, but Skyrim was
No.
great looking, I think. You know, Fallout 3 was better looking, obviously, than Oblivion. You know,
It's
but,
the same. The thing about this game is it looks great in the same place as all games this generation look, when they have a chance to show a lot of detail on the environment.
Yeah.
But, like,
Right.
the dog is a matte dog.
Exactly.
He doesn't have, like, fur.
Fur
on
always
him.
looks like shit.
yeah, the
I
character
don't
models
agree.
are weak, and it isn't a graphically impressive game in my opinion.
Never has been.
The thing is, I
Never
just
has
looked at the video and thought, oh, hey, someone's actually showing us what the game actually looks like rather than showing us what the game doesn't look like. I mean,
Exactly.
nobody can scream downgrade because, I mean...
No,
then
they
I just think,
will.
The only way
They
to go
will.
is up.
Somebody's going to find a bush.
Okay, but you can't help some people. But I just thought, hey, this is what it's actually going to look like. And you could tell because there was like little bits of aliasing, which,
Oh no,
didn't
it wasn't
bother
even
me,
the
but,
aliasing. It was like this doesn't look good this doesn't look fucking stunning or good or anything. It just looks like a
And-
Fallout game this gen.
Right.
Okay, this is what it's gonna look like.
And
you
it-
know it's
and-
gonna
And it looks like it's going to be 1080p on Xbox One, which is good.
yeah, like you're just looking at it like it's gonna
I
fucking
thought these are the things that went through my
the
mind.
first thing that went through your mind is you saw it, you were like, well, this one's gonna be 1080p. Fucking
There won't be any problem here.
like this isn't like a stunning game or anything like it,
But it's a great game, though. It's going to be great.
but it's gonna be one of those games you spend 300 hours in because it's gonna be fucking detailed.
Artwork looks good. Like I like the environment designs and everything.
And no
I'm
matter
pretty
how much
excited.
shit people give for The Witcher, I'm sorry, that set a new fucking bar on games that you spend 300 hours in. That game looks fucking phenomenal still. And it has 300 hours worth of content. And if Fallout doesn't have the density of The Witcher, I will be disappointed.
It won't. It won't.
It'll have more than Fallout 3 probably.
But it's not going to have The Witcher where every cave is going to be unique. They just their development style doesn't allow for it.
I just mean density. Like
if I
should be able to walk like 5 feet and find something and fall out.
It's going to be more dense than The Witcher then. In that sense, there's going to be more of it because that's sort of Bethesda's things. They give you just a shit ton to do in every town, whereas The Witcher, it's spread out across a larger area, but there's more of it that links together. There's going to be a little bit less of that, but there's going to be a lot more of stuff to do. I'm willing to bet because I'd imagine they've really taken Skyrim and just gone. People really liked a lot of that and fixing some stuff they didn't like, and then going from there on a whim. On a whim.
It's funny. All right. Well, I guess I beat that one to the ground. Let's move on, people. Windows 10 hits July 29th, delivering Xbox One to PC game streaming. So, if you haven't noticed on your Windows 7 or 8.1 machines, you got a little pop-up going, hey, guess what? Windows 10 is coming. And you're going to be able to upgrade on July 29th, just because why the fuck not? It's free. Go ahead and upgrade. If you have a pirated copy, it's going to cost you about $120 to get an official copy and not be, Oh,
I thought they were allowing
it was free.
Pirated copies.
No, they will upgrade you, but you will still be a pirated copy.
Oh.
It's like you're going to still get software updates, but you're still having a legal copy. You need to fucking cough up the money to... You're going to actually have a little banner, if you have a pirated copy, on the bottom right of your PC, like you do in the preview program, saying, hey, this is not a legit copy. Please, pay for one.
And then in 30 days, they'll just shut your shit down.
I don't think they do. I don't think they're shutting anything down. They're just going to leave the banner there permanently, and you can't get rid of it. So you'll either wait for somebody to hack to figure out how to get rid of the banner, or you'll just pay the $120 and get a legit copy of Windows.
Yeah.
But, it's not a big surprise. But they are going to upgrade you to Windows 10 if you have a pirated version, and it's going to get rid of all the bullshit that
now
peer-to-peer people do.
My question is, right now you not pre-order, but you pre-register to get the upgrade. Are they going to send us a code or something that we have if we need to reinstall it? Or do you think we'll just have to look at our key in our system settings, copy that down, and use that if we need to reinstall?
I think it's just going to be a key in the system settings because
what
it sounds like is this is going to be almost like just a system update and not even an OS update. Like it's just going to be real easy for people to go right over. They're trying to simplify it as much as possible.
Well, it would suck if you had to reinstall from Windows 8 and then have to upgrade to 8.1 and then upgrade
to 10.
Or whatever.
No, I think you'll be able to just put in your Windows 8 key into Windows 10 and it'll just work. Or Windows 7 key into Windows 10 and it works.
What if you're a preview member?
If you're a preview member, you're just going to upgrade into Windows 10.
Right.
Because you're already upgrading through the Windows 10 platform. So once they pop... But what I would recommend, if you are on the preview like I am, once Windows 10 actually does come out, you're going to want to completely reinstall Windows on a fresh install.
That's the best idea, yeah.
The reason being is every time you've gotten an update to Windows... And I know this is an Xbox podcast. I'm sorry that we're going into this. But...
Xbox is a gaming platform.
I know, but when you go from upgrade to upgrade to upgrade, it adds a lot of junk to your system, especially in the system files. And it's going to be easy. It's going to be better for your system if you just get rid of all that and put a fresh copy of Windows right down on Windows 10 and not upgrade from a preview to Windows 10. But we'll have to wait to see exactly how you're going to want to do that until when Windows 10 comes out, because they might actually just do that for you automatically if you're in the preview program. I'm not sure yet.
Well, they're going to have to ask you because you probably have files and stuff that are they going to complete? Are you talking about a complete format, or are you just?
Or no. Well, like you can fresh install Windows, but keep your old files. Yeah. Windows has been doing that since Vista. Like you can.
So, question. Does this July release go along? Doesn't that go along and give some credence to the NFL Joe Montana game
Could
or
be.
something?
Very well could
They
be.
said the game would be out mid to late
July. Yeah.
Yeah.
As
What,
part of
the
the 3
Elite?
month.
It would make sense if it came out the same time as Windows 10.
They said
Yeah.
it would be part of the 3 months Windows 10 rollout. So, I mean, I don't know whether the Xbox One version would come out and then the PC version would come out, like, I mean, even if a few weeks later, just because I don't know if they would release it all day one or something. They probably would, but I guess it depends if they want the Xbox One version out in mid-July and the Windows 10 version to come out with Windows 10 at the end or something. But they've probably got time.
All right. Well, I can't wait. PC game streaming is going to be fucking awesome because it allows me to get all these other fuckers to start streaming games instead of me always having to do it because they won't have to buy an Elgato. And hopefully it works amazing because it really would be nice so people don't have to pay $150 to get like OBS support and just be able to stream their games real easily. Compared to what people have to do now. Because right now I have the setup for what I'm doing just to do this podcast is I have 2 copies of OBS running, one for the stream, one for the recording, and like everything else in the world on top of it. And usually we have Audacity going and Skype, and it's been bogging down my PC, especially on this preview build. So that's why I didn't want to record Audacity today. We're just going to go off of what we have here. But it'll be nice. It'll simplify a lot of things for me personally, so I'm happy. I'm just hoping the latency is really fast. I know they're doing 1080p 60, so that'll be different and nice. But that might actually be better than my Elgato, seeing as it's only a 30 frames per second capture. But still, streaming to Twitch at 60 is kind of a pain in the ass also, so that takes a lot of bandwidth. But I guess we should move on. Let's talk about Vern's favorite game, his favorite MMO, Neverwinter, is bringing Rise of Tiamat expansion
That's the best,
to the Xbox
guys.
One. It's his favorite. Look, me and him played it for hours.
More like we played it for hour.
Yeah, hour. Does it count as hours if you played it like an hour and 1 minute? No. All right, well, they're bringing out an expansion. You know, I don't know how this game has so many fucking players, but
because they're not you and they're different and they enjoy different things than you.
No, I think it's because it's free, Michael.
Also because they're
free.
different from you.
They got no money.
It's called free.
There are
I don't understand
100,000
Candy
people that are
Crush.
still playing Destiny right now. So
And that's me too, motherfuckers who shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ, I played Destiny just last night, right, Daniel? Or was that a day ago? I can't remember.
It was last night. It was good times.
Okay, yeah. I played it last night. That's how memorable it was.
Okay, we're done talking about Destiny, right?
Yeah, that's 2 minutes. We're done.
It got its time. We talked about the expansion and everything.
All right, let's talk about a funny story. I just added in here as a joke. Ultra Street Fighter 4 tournament plays at EVO 2015 shifts back to the Xbox 360.
The definitive edition.
The definitive edition after a shaky PS4 launch. So
shaky.
Well, that's what they wrote at Polygon. They called it shaky. But that's their experience. Not everybody's like you, Michael.
The lag was actually fixed quite a bit in the patch that just came out. Was it today or yesterday? It reduced the lag by an entire frame or something like that. So.
Wow, that still makes it like 7 frames of input lag.
It was significant though, but it's still not. It's not where it needs to be.
It's not as good as 360, which had none.
And they added anisotropic filtering, but only to the training section or something.
It's fucking hilarious. So what they're saying is fighting
there's
games.
still no anti-aliasing in the game.
Fighting games are going to last on 360 and PS3 for just a little bit while longer.
Well, not PS3, huh?
Well, was PS3 just as bad, or is it?
No, the PS3 version has input lag.
No, we're talking about PS4 version has input lag, right? Or is it the PS3
they both
version?
had it. They both had input. The PS3 version had about three frames of input lag. That's why there were no tournaments that ever ran it. It was always 360.
Well, I guess 360 is going to be the dedicated fighting game platform for a while.
Well, the big deal was that this was going to be the one. The PS4 was going to be for this tournament, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't happen.
The Capcom Pro Tour and everything.
Yeah, they fucked up.
It's just
everybody
funny.
involved. Everybody involved. Capcom and Sony both screwed the pooch.
It's just funny. I'm just glad that they had to roll out Dusty S360s. Like, come on, just bring these out. You know, just
they were gonna have them anyway because Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is usually played on 360. There isn't anything else because everything else would be next gen in one way or the other. Mortal Kombat X, PS4, Guilty Gears, PS4. Tekken's gonna be on arcade machines. Smash is Wii U and GameCube. So
I'd rather chance a Red Ring with the 0 input latency than a PS4 version. But
when was the last time you heard about an Xbox that Red Ringed anyway?
I don't know. It's been a long time, but
I still have one. I'm afraid that it's going to Red Ring.
No, the Red Ring stopped after the Jasper, I believe.
I think I have a Jasper, to be honest.
Jasper started with the Xbox 360 Elite. It was the black console.
Yeah.
Right, and
well, it tremendously brought it
with
down.
the 120 gigabyte hard drive, I think.
Right.
The Slim completely got rid of Red Ring almost. It was just like, yeah, that shit doesn't happen. Fucking.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on to Microsoft to appear at the E3 PC gaming show. So,
yay!
Microsoft's not ignoring the PC section. And if you read the Gaff thread, they're fucking just going to show a Fable Legends trailer and then say peace out.
Pretty much. Yeah. Well, actually, there was some good stuff on Twitter today. Nicholas Tan or Nicholas Tan, I think. He said he asked Phil Spencer, "Will you appear at the PC conference at E3?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm at the PC Gamer Press event. I really look forward to it." And then I asked Phil Spencer, "Will the event only focus on hardware, or should we expect some software announcements as well?" And he said, "I don't know the full show, but for us, we'll talk software, some hardware, and games." And I wrote back and said, "That's great," because there was some worry it would be hardware focused. And he said, "I'm not on stage to try and convince PC gamers to buy an Xbox One if that's what people are worried about."
What does that mean?
And then I
wrote
wrote
back,
on
stage to get people to buy an Xbox One.
He's going to be talking about
PC focused.
Yeah.
And then I wrote back and said, I actually meant the worry was about possibly only talking of DX12 features in the Windows Store instead of new PC games. And he wrote, "Okay, good feedback." So, on
the Xbox Wire and Major Nelson post, they did say they had a surprise at the PC conference, which I think is going to be a new RTS.
A new one. I think it's just going to be Age of Empires 5. It's going to be amazing. And
Halo Wars 2.
Halo Wars never came to PC in the first place, so why would it be Halo Wars 2?
Yeah. So they cross-buy or something. They said they're going to have games cross-buy.
That'll happen, but I don't think that's what it's going to be. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is that if they go up and announce this sort of cross-play, cross-buy thing, the first thing that PC gamers will think is, "Oh, you're gimping our RTS for the console crowd and stuff." So,
no, but they have huge RTS games that they own. So
Rise of the Nations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not hard for them to pump out like an RTS game that'll fucking make people cry on PC.
I think we see maybe a Killer Instinct announcement too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Never do that ever. That would destroy the community.
You really think so? To have crossplay between PC and Xbox One?
Yeah.
Because it would have to run through Steam. If people will
this
want
would be
it,
a Windows 10 thing.
Allow me to amend my statement.
Oh.
People will want it to run through Steam. They will not let it run through Steam because then they won't have the advantage of how Xbox runs, and so people won't buy it as a result.
I think some people would still buy it.
I think that that's very much the case. Anything that ever comes out that isn't on Steam, people are very resistant to do.
Well, yeah, that is true, but
they could either get the game or not get the game.
Exactly.
You know.
And Steam always allows you to add games that aren't part of the Steam library into
Well,
Steam.
it would be part of Xbox Live, though.
Fable Legends probably isn't going to be Steam either.
No.
So.
No, it's going to be Xbox Live.
It's going to be on the Windows Store.
Now, whatever this new RTS is, if they do announce something like that, I wonder if that could be a Steam game. I would assume so.
Well, couldn't they just? I think, as you said, just sell their games on Steam, but they'll just be the Xbox stuff, and because they do that for Uplay, don't they? So they, I
Yeah.
mean, if people, I
Yeah.
think it's just that there's only so far you can go to please people before you just say, well, if you don't like it,
Right.
just don't buy
Yeah.
it. You know, people want Killer Instinct on PC. Microsoft are going to do it in the way that suits their needs, which is probably cross-play. You know, if you want to buy on Steam, buy on Steam. Give Valve their cut. But if you don't like Xbox Live, then just don't buy it. You know,
That's another reason is they have to give Valve a cut, and I don't think Microsoft wants to deal with that anymore.
No, I think they're going to continue to release games on Steam.
I
just
think for now they'd rather just have the money and people investing in their games because they're still going to need gamer tags and stuff.
Right.
You know?
Well, they're
But the
going
thing
to
is,
want to
the thing
have.
is, at the end of the day, you buy Killer Instinct on Xbox One, you pay $40. All that money goes to Microsoft. You buy it on Steam, 30% of that goes to Valve automatically, right? And every microtransaction has the exact same tax applied to it.
I don't think it would kill it going on the Windows 10 store and not being on Steam. What I think would happen is it would help the Windows 10 store because Microsoft has already come out and said that they have to have games for the Windows 10 store because the only way to make a successful store is to have a good gaming community on it.
And it would likely register on the Xbox One store even though you bought it on Steam, right?
Yeah.
I mean, on the Xbox store, I mean. I'm guessing
maybe.
That's what it would probably be.
You don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know how detailed cross-buy is going to be.
Well, the thing is, it would be a free-to-play thing anyway, just like the Xbox One, though.
Mm-hmm.
But how many people actually play that game free-to-play?
I'm just saying that's how they would release it.
No, but they could nickel and dime people that way. That's the whole point of it. Like, just, hey, you want to buy a character? Fucking come on up. Buy it. But, yep, that's the news for the week, guys. That's it. Unless anybody has any other news they'd like to talk about.
I mean, I guess we could stand to chat about this dickhead from Polygon that wrote about Rock Band 4.
That was terrible.
All right, tell me all about Rock Band 4 and this dickhead, because I don't know what to talk about.
He didn't say anything about Rock Band 4. He wrote about how he was discussing over fizzy water and cream puffs the state of the political climate of the Philippines, saying that all video games are stupid, by the way.
Wait, so this had a headline that related to the game? Or how did...
Yeah, it did have a headline about Rock Band.
Yeah, but the gist of the article was that he thought all games are stupid and he shouldn't have been sent here because he doesn't enjoy what Rock Band is, and that's a disgrace.
So it's an opinion piece.
Instead, but it wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be a preview event coverage.
No, but that's what Polygon does. I hate to say it. I don't like Polygon articles, but I'm going to give Polygon credit on one thing and one thing alone. Unlike IGN and GameSpot, whatever. I don't care. They just need to merge finally. Who's with me? All right, anyway. Polygon actually does have a decent news feed. Believe it or not their main articles, no, but like how they do their news is a lot better than, let's say, GameSpot, because GameSpot does the last 3 days and it's all a mix of bullshit and it's awful. IGN is just a little bit better, and Polygon, that's why when I go to news for the site, I go to Polygon first. Even though I skip through like 10 fucking sensationalist headlines. Like, just, no, fuck this. I'm never going to report that. I'm never going to talk about that. That's stupid. But they do some journalism right. Just not most. But, I mean, it's a pain in the ass to get news every week for the podcast anyway. So, that because of sites like Polygon and like everybody else. I still want to try Sifted. I haven't done that yet. I'm going to give that a shot soon. But that's all I got to say about Polygon.
Yeah, great. Well, there was probably something you didn't include because it was literally just today, but it was the Battleborn trailer.
Yeah, that came out.
Gearbox. I don't care about this game, to be honest.
I think it's going to be like Evolve. People are going to play it and forget about it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, what thing is, I wasn't interested in it. I mean, I wasn't really, and I think a lot of people were in the same boat with it. They announced it and then they were not exactly quite sure what they were saying it was and what it wasn't. But I watched the trailer and I really liked the art style. And then I read, was it on Gaff, there was a fact sheet or something, and I thought that they talked about having a single player and you can play it co-op as well as cooperative modes, and that made it seem a lot more interesting because I really did like the art style a lot. I like the Gearbox aren't making sort of super realistic games. I like this stylized thing, so I am a lot more interested in it than I was. I won't, I'm not going to day one it. I need to wait and see if it's not kind of terrible.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for gameplay.
Quite interested.
Still waiting for gameplay. That'll settle it or not for me. But
I thought it looks more promising to me than I thought it would anyway. So
I think another issue is that it was announced around the same time as Battlecry, the Bethesda team shooter, which didn't help. Bethesda published, I should say, by Battlecry team. We're talking about being locked into an IP, right?
Yeah, I mean the Battleborn names. Sorry, go on, Van.
I was saying there's all these companies also throw in their shit into these MOBAs as well. I mean, you got Microsoft getting behind Gigantic, and then we get Battleborn. Battlecry is a MOBA, right? That's the Crytek one.
Oh
wait,
isn't it just like a free-to-play?
It's sort of like a TF2-esque game, and then Battleborn seems to be like a
and then Killstrain
survival shooter.
That's the PS4 MOBA coming, and I think people are probably already getting tired of it, and because they already have options on PC, and then we got Smite, so
I think the issue is that it's already been done, right? Monday Night Combat,
right? And someone wants it to happen on console and do well, and that's what all this is. And I guess we'll see if one of them does, but I don't know.
But the issue is that Smite's already hit Xbox One and has done it pretty well. We'll get to that in the what you've played this week section.
Well, it's still in beta though, technically.
It is. So we'll see.
But what is Battlecry about? What were you saying, Steve and Michael?
It's like a steampunk TF2. Simply put,
okay.
It's because they've been really quiet about it since they announced it. Right. Same thing with Battleborn. They were those two studios went dead silent after they announced it. Like they had announcement first month, nothing, just gone. So yeah.
All right. Any other news, guys? Anything other than my awesome photo I made? That's right.
There was one thing which is kind of Xbox related. The Remedy CEO Matthias.
That's true. Yeah.
The Remedy CEO is leaving to join Wargaming, who make World of Tanks. After 15 years, and that's, I suppose it depends sort of what it could impact it could potentially have on Remedy. I mean, he did say that in his sort of thing that Remedy. Quantum Break has been delayed just for positioning and marketing reasons, and then the UK Xbox page for Quantum Break has now changed it to say Spring 15 as well, so that's sort of all a bit interlinked.
16,
but
probably.
16, sorry.
It's already out? Wow, holy shit. What a surprise.
So yeah, I mean, it's I guess it's quite interesting, especially because they've just been talking about sort of making Alan Wake 2, and the franchise director is leaving as well. So there's quite two big departures in quick succession. So
I don't know. I know you don't think it's going to happen, but I mean, could this be leading to an acquisition? I mean, don't you see turnover sometimes before acquisitions like this?
Well, I guess you don't need a CEO after you've been acquired, but you do need a studio head.
Right.
But I mean, I guess it depends if you wanted to do that. I mean, I don't know whether they have someone else who they class as studio head, but I don't think an acquisition from Microsoft is coming anytime soon.
Yeah.
If it ever does.
They enjoy their independence to a degree.
Yeah, but then there's also I already forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind.
I mean,
oh yeah, all the Alan Wake 2 talk. What do you think that was about? Like my theory is that maybe the CEO was trying to talk up the sales to maybe get a pay increase or to get a better, for his next job or something, or to make him look a little more, I guess, desirable for his next position.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, I think that was probably more about, I guess he is sort of coming to an end of his thing. Perhaps one of the last things he wants to do is sort of sign Alan Wake 2 off or something. Or, I mean, I think mainly that was about putting Microsoft in a position to make a decision. Either back it and get involved, or don't, and we'll go to someone else. I mean, it does all seem like quite interesting timing that this has all happened at exactly the same time.
Right before E3 too.
Yeah, I mean, and we can guess that the remaster it does seem to be happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it all seems linked, but I mean, he's not going to Wargaming for another couple of months or so. So I guess there's time to talk and get things signed for the future. But yeah, I don't know. I wonder sort of what exactly is going on with that Alan Wake situation.
So yeah, that's all the Remedy stuff then.
Awesome. All right, can we talk about real news, people? Ask Dash. Cameron Benzema is banging Rihanna. So
who's that?
I don't know.
It's a football
I know
player.
Rihanna is. I just don't know who.
Rihanna's getting hers. That's all I'm saying.
Karim Benzema is a French footballer who I believe was taken to court for sleeping with an underage prostitute.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Stand up, citizen.
It only matters depending on the country, right? I don't know.
And personal
At
standards.
least he's not American, right?
Yeah.
No.
He didn't hit his wife or nothing.
But okay, we're just moving along. I was just gonna toss it out there. We appreciate you, Chaos Dash, for bringing news in.
Stupid fucking.
It's big news.
All right. I guess we should move right into what you've been playing. Vern, what have you been playing since you've been gone?
Oh man, me. Oh man. Mainly just The Witcher. I'm about 20 hours into it now. I haven't had a whole lot of time for games the last couple of weeks, but I plan on getting back into them. Yeah. My feelings about The Witcher are pretty much the same, except that now with the frame rate cap, it's playable. So that makes me really excited. Combat feels a lot better because of it. Just the general movement around is better. I'd still like them to fix whatever camera stutter happens. A little bit of that does still happen, but it's not bad. But that's a good game, man. It's a really good game. I like it. I've been getting into the crafting. I'm having fun just searching the map and trying to knock off every little new section, and all the side quests are wonderful. They don't feel like they're just tacked on to make the game longer. They feel like some real time went into the writing for all of them. So yeah,
everything's thought out. Yeah,
it's really good. It's really good. But yeah, I haven't played a lot besides that. What did we play on Monday? We played ODST. That's what it was.
Yes.
So we did play some ODST. It was laggy, which I've come to expect. It felt like Halo 3 as far as multiplayer is concerned. Like if I play it with Maria in the same house, it feels fine. But if you were hosting it, Dustin, we both feel quite a bit of lag. But you just kind of expect that. It's just like it felt like on 360. So it looks good though. Seemed to run pretty well. Sounds good. So I mean, it's pretty nice for free or for $5 if you didn't get for free. It's not a bad deal.
That's probably the biggest thing. It was $5.
That's not bad at all. And I mean, it is kind of weird where you play it. It shows up under Halo 3, so you have to go to Halo 3 and then scroll down. But I mean, it makes sense. It is called Halo 3 ODST. So, but yeah, if you don't have that yet, download it. It's worth it. Might as well, stack on another 10 gigabytes to that collection. Hopefully, Reach comes and we get another 10 on top of that. So. But yeah, that's about it.
You're like the only person I know that's happy about that, Brian.
I got 5 terabyte hard drive, so
yeah.
I'm good to go.
Ew. 5 terabits.
Bytes.
Yeah, bytes. It's not bits.
I purposely missaid byte to bit for the sake of never mind.
I didn't get the joke.
obviously.
You had a rhetorical joke. I had a rhetorical answer to your joke. All right.
Ask stupid question, get stupid answer. Life's standard.
Say stupid thing.
Oh, so you did buy the Metro or played the Metro bundle or the two free demos for Metro 2033? No?
Oh yeah, didn't that happen? Did anyone try it?
I own it, so I didn't try it.
3 hours.
Yeah, exactly. I own it.
So me too. But yeah, what
idea,
they got like 3 hours for each game, right? Is that what the demo is?
Something like that, yeah.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
So that's all. Let's move on to Tim. What have you been playing? You've been so quiet this show. Like I'm kind of worried.
I'm listening. I'm here.
I'm waiting for Tim to attack.
What is their attack?
I don't know. You're just gonna pounce. It's just gonna be like
No. I liked it was a good show. Witcher 3 I've been playing, like everyone else. I really love the game, but I didn't play it a couple of days ago. I got back into Tomb Raider, and I'm about like 65% done, I think it says. And I really can see why people freak out about this game, because this game, and I know I'm late to the party, this game really is a good game. It seems like as I keep going on, and I'm really impressed by it. I'm up to the part. I don't know if I can mention this. Are we allowed to mention spoilers, Dustin, or should I not say anything?
Everybody, close your ear.
The game's been out long enough.
I think it's been long enough. Yeah.
Well, I don't care enough.
I'm at the point. I don't know. You guys can tell me how far along I am. I'm up at the point where she sees her friend, and there's like a devil cult thing going on, and she's walking through blood with skulls.
Oh, you're but like halfway through.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I'm going to definitely finish this game, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm really, I usually don't like adventure action. I never really played Uncharted. I played Uncharted, but it's not, I'm definitely more of a first-person shooter first, and then, maybe, a Skyrim type deal. But I'm really gonna finish this game. I'm looking forward to the new one.
Well, Tomb Raider, it doesn't feel quite as linear though as Uncharted does. I think that's probably why you like it a bit more. Uncharted feels very linear. I mean, you can still kind of roam around the areas a little bit, and it looks good.
Right.
But Tomb Raider, it's got a little bit more of like the light Metroidvania type elements to it. So there is backtracking. You do open up areas that you have been to before with new abilities.
Right.
And some of those areas are actually very, very open compared to something like Uncharted. So as far as exploration is concerned, there's a lot more opportunities for that with Tomb Raider. And I think you probably like that better than what
I like the flow.
Uncharted.
The flow. I mean, I like the combat, or the fight.
Combat's better too. Yeah.
Yeah. And I like the. I just find it's a really good looking game, and I just am impressed with it. Like I said, right now my favorite game is The Witcher 3. But I didn't play it because I just read on that supposedly you couldn't play it if it was digital. They were having a big problem, and I was just
Speaking of that's happened 3 times already. It happened once with Far Cry 4 for like an entire day. It happened with Lords of the Fallen for another day, and now it happened with The Witcher for probably about like 7 or 8 hours or so. Right. So.
Right.
There seems to be some kind of weird license thing going on.
Yeah, but the curve is going down, Vern. That's a positive. They were days, and now they're going to 7 hours. The next one will be like 5.
Is that bug still going on? Because I'm really afraid of that bug. I mean, I got about six hours in Witcher, maybe 5, but I'm afraid of that. The
XP
save.
bug?
Yeah, I'm afraid of that. Is that?
There's a save one. Yeah. No, they haven't been fixed yet. I think that stuff's not going to be fixed till the next patch.
It wasn't due out very soon, but also the camera issue, Vern, that you mentioned is also supposed to be. They didn't say fixed, but they said improved in the next patch.
Right.
So that's what I've been waiting for.
But Tim had a surprise for us today before we move on, and I'd like to thank Tim. He gave us an Outlast code to give away. So open up your Xvox.com tabs and enter this code as fast as you can.
Outlast.
That's
Does this
right.
include the DLC too, or is this just the base game, or what?
I don't know. Maybe the person who gets it will tell me.
Now, you will not
I
be able
have
to
a
see
game.
this on the YouTube channel. This is specifically for the people on Twitch. Code is up on the screen.
Oh, there it is. I'm typing it in now, guys. No.
I don't know if you can even see it yet.
I can see it.
Oh, can you? It's up on the Twitch stream. Awesome.
Yeah, I can see it.
And I'm interested in buying one game. Maybe you guys can help me. This Bungie game. I know we talked about it, but
Oh, the racing game?
yeah, is it bad or is it worth it?
Beach Buggy Racing.
Yeah, is it fun?
It's good. I got a review code. There's an absolute ton of stuff to do. Like, it was a mobile game, and they said, we'd added this, that, and the other. But there is a huge amount of content. I'm really enjoying it. I'm not. I haven't got anyone around the house to play local co-op with, but you can play split screen multiplayer for up to 6 controllers.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's a 9 mode career mode, and they've got like 16 levels for each one or something, and then there's championships. I'm enjoying it.
What is it? $14.99?
$10.
Yeah, I might just get that. So $10 is worth it.
Yeah,
Might buy that.
If you've got kids or something to play it with, it's a fun game. It's
Yeah.
power ups and stuff. It's quite it's quite simple, but they've done a good job of sort of retooling it from the free to play stuff so that the economy isn't broken and stuff. It's good.
Still
I like-
got
So we have a
there.
winner. We have a
Zords-
winner for our code.
Yeah, Swords grabbed it by a nose. Won the race.
By nose.
By a nose.
I a schnaz.
Yes, congratulations to Zorbs and to all our listeners who are not watching us live. Watch us live, and maybe you'll get a code too
You never
for another
know.
game
Zorbs
at
got
some
it.
point. So
Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific,
yes,
minus
That's great. The
5
Zorbs got the
GMT.
code.
12 a.m. Friday UK time.
That's right. So we care about our UK fans.
we do.
We really do. We just don't care about Steve's sleep insomnia problem. So, just going to keep blasting it.
I do. I worry about you, Steve. About your sleep.
No, he doesn't.
I do worry about you.
No, he doesn't.
Think about it late at night before I go to sleep. I'm like, before I go to sleep,
Steve has been up since like fucking 7 in the morning.
that's the thing. I'll be on Twitter and I'll send Steve a message before I go to sleep, and then when I wake up, he sent me a few more before I wake up. So I'm like, well, when does he sleep? I
No,
don't
see,
think he sleeps.
what I laugh at, Vern, is I'll sit there and I'm like, I'll be playing a game on Xbox Live with Steve. And Steve's like, I really got to go get off and go to bed. And I'm like, all right, man, I'll talk to you later, no problem. And then like an hour later, I'll get on Twitter, and then there's just like 80 million conversations with Steven. And I'm like, that motherfucker didn't go to bed. It's only like fucking 9 in the morning now. Like fucking.
I get to bed, and then it's like you see something you have to reply, and then I watch stuff on my laptop or something, and
I don't think you have to reply. You just
no, you do. It's a courtesy. You can't
See, unlike
10 hours
you,
later.
he has a dedicated fan base. He's at steverules.com. He's big people.
Yeah, that Twisted
He
Pixel
matters.
article getting all those clicks.
When Steve says something, Tim jumps. Tell him.
Did we mention that last podcast about Twisted Pixel possibly working on a AAA game?
Yeah, we were talking about that tonight.
Yeah.
Steve says it's not going to be a retail release, though.
All right.
Is it possible they hired anybody, Steve, or is it still a 35-man team?
There's
Whatever.
still, I mean, their LinkedIn says like 28, and even if that's wrong, it's not going to be like 70. It'll be like low 30s, 35 or something. So I think when they say AAA, they mean AAA for the sort of size team that they are. Is their biggest game yet.
Bigger than Gunslinger? Gunslinger had a retail release, right?
I'd expect so. I mean, it seems to have been in development for a lot longer. Because I mean, most of their games, I think the longest they ever had a game in development for was Loco Cycle.
I wonder if there's a possibility that Microsoft Studios has helped them. You know what I mean? How like they have their own developers that aren't part of a development team. I wonder if maybe a large group of them have stepped in to help with development. Possibly, you never know. That could be part of it.
It's possible, although generally they don't, as far as I can tell, they don't seem to do too much with their internal teams. Like generally they do, it does seem to be like we have all these people to help everybody else, and then if you need more people, we can hire you more people.
Right.
You think it's going to be a 2015 release?
Um,
Because I mean, you asked him that question in December, and he answered that he's seen it. So, it's probably going to be one of the new IPs that he keeps. That he had made another comment today about new IP. So we might be getting 2 or 3, I think.
Yeah.
Well, and we know that announcements are going to be split between E3 and Gamescom. He said that multiple times now. So.
Right. Basically, he said today that they used to go to Gamescom as kind of another E3 or use the E3 stuff that they had, I guess, show more gameplay. But he said this is a separate show. It's just that it's a little tougher because there is a 2-month? What is the date?
No, it's like what, 6 weeks or something.
They've been prepping for E3 for they do prep, so that's what he was saying. It's tough to manage. I think that after Gamescom they might take I don't think they're gonna have a big TGS showing.
Not with their weekly sales.
Yeah.
Hey man, they were at 500 for the last week. That was like
1,000 Witcher.
That was like 100% increase, man, from 250 the week before.
Yeah, I think they should just it stinks for people who like JRPGs, but I don't really see them going.
Time
far.
to move on. All right. Well, I guess I should talk about what I've been playing. So I've been playing something awesome, and I'm going to limit myself to 2 minutes because that's the rule in this show. I played Destiny, people. I did.
Whoa.
I played it with Daniel.
Whoa.
And I played it with... Who the fuck else did we play with? Jason?
Your brother played for like one mission.
Yeah. And Will tried to play, but he just kept leaving us.
Yeah, like he does.
Yeah. And,
well, to be fair, he was like higher level, so he couldn't.
He was
really
level
play with us
34,
anyway.
just like, well, like I can't power level you, so just have fun. And it's like, okay.
It's like, oh, you guys suck. Bye.
So, all right. Complaints are still all valid. Yeah, I played it. What else have I played? I played the Master Chief Collection. Had a great time doing that. Fucking awesome. ODST was great. Actually, we ended up getting a couple rounds. Like, I don't know what. Like, when we were streaming, I was using my connection to Twitch stream and play ODST at the same time. But once I stopped doing that, the lag kind of dried up on ODST. Like, it was pretty good, like, for everybody. And I was always concerned and trying to make sure everybody was having the best connection, but that seemed to fix it for my end, being the host. So don't stream and try to host at the same time, I guess. Is the
Once you finished streaming, it was fine on my end, and we had a good time. We have to actually go back and finish those 2 levels for you.
That makes sense,
you can finish them on Legendary.
It's based on your upload speed. So.
Yes, and I'm literally uploading everything. Yeah, so... But, yeah, we had a good time playing it. I played more The Witcher, but I'm not going to talk about it, since it's all spoilers. It sucks. I need somebody to play The Witcher, all right? Vern, play 20 more hours so you catch up, okay?
And I got to play 20, and then another 20, and then another 20, and then another 20.
Because I'll be honest, I kept setting the game down because I would end up playing like 8 hours straight.
That's what happens to me when I started. I go for a long time.
I've been like not playing it for days on end because I know once I touch it, it's going to be, all right, now I got to figure out where this whole quest line goes. I'm going to go through the whole fucking thing, and that's going to be 8 hours, and that's where that game really gets you. We played Forza Horizon 2, actually. That was a lot of fucking fun. I played Fable Legends. I got in the closed beta, got the code, can't talk about it. We played Saints Row 4. That was pretty awesome.
Oh, was that with me?
Yes.
Yeah, no, that was fun.
And I showed Daniel what makes Saints Row so fucking amazing with the Metal Gear Solid Splinter Cell.
Oh
jokes.
my god, that was funny. I just want to say one thing though. Horizon 2, your brother's super van.
That was amazing. All right, so
Oh, God.
this van, this VW Bug, or not Bug, but whatever the fuck they're called, the Volkswagen van. I'm not good with cars. I'm sorry. Dude has it so souped up with the new engine that it competes with Ferraris, and you got all these supercars in this old fucking Volkswagen just shooting down the track. It's fucking hilarious. We had to take video of it. It was amazing. Now, what I want to talk about for the next 40 minutes is Minecraft. Because I've been working, people. Things have been taking place in Minecraft for me. And let me tell you about Bear Cub and Sky. The castle. And the sailboat. And the dungeon.
Yeah. The Bear Cubs look awesome.
So I made a castle. It is about 100 blocks wide by 100 blocks. You know, it's 100 by 100. It's a big area. I wish it was a little bit bigger. I should have went like 150 or 200 with it, which would have took me way longer, but it would have allowed me to have like a huge castle, but it will do, you know. It's 100 by 100. I'm building a dungeon now. I have giant, like, it's kind of a castle / Egyptian kind of vibe to it. It's not, it kind of has its own thing going on. I built a sailboat. It looks pretty fucking cool. I played a lot of it on Twitch on our Relapse Friday. It was a lot of fun doing that. But I don't want to talk about that for 40 minutes because y'all would just start leaving the chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody loved it. That's all I know. People look at it like, oh my god, you spent a lot of time in your life playing the stupid fucking game. And I'm like, yeah, I did. Yep. But, yeah, fucking Minecraft's still amazing. Daniel, I know I touched on a lot of games you played, but you can elaborate a lot better.
I've been playing a lot of Ori and the Blind Forest. So
Yay!
I think you had a good chance. I don't know what people are saying. They keep saying it's difficult. I don't find this game very difficult at all. There's some sections where I have to repeat because I make a mistake here and there, but it's not overly difficult. I'm about 74% the way through.
Are you playing on hardcore mode?
Is there a hardcore mode? I just started the game.
It's just the game. There is no hardcore mode. I was just busting your balls.
What I'm like kind of like wondering though is how people pass this game without dying.
Wait a second.
Like 100 times.
Tim, how many times are you up on your desk in Ori the Blind Forest?
Well, I just kept playing. I think I died 1,326 times.
Yeah.
My run time on the game is about 36 hours, but I don't know if that's accurate.
36 hours?
Yeah, it's not accurate. I couldn't imagine.
Well, I'm at like 74% the way through. I'm played about 5 hours, and I've died only 197 times.
I
don't find it very difficult. I find it very enjoying, though.
There was a section, I felt like compared to other people, I was doing quite well for deaths, and then there was one particular section that just got me, and I just died over and over and over. So perhaps if you've still got that to come.
Is that the floating box section with the light thing?
I can't remember what it was now.
No. The orange blocks.
Maria died a lot in the second dungeon when she played it.
Yeah, that's where most of my deaths, I think, came from. But once I figure it out, I'm like, oh, okay, I got this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great. I can't wait to finish it.
Most of my deaths are from the first dungeon.
Yeah.
That first water sequence is just like, oh my god.
Most of my deaths were because I didn't just move on and then go back to other stuff. I tried to figure out ways to get stuff before I had all my upgrades.
Yeah,
so.
If you go to the left at the tree instead of the right, you're just like, I'm going to go and fight these owls. And it's like, no, you're not high enough level.
Exactly.
The problem of, I want to get that shiny. You can't get the shiny because you don't have the ability to get the shiny. But I want the shiny.
No, but the thing
is, for trying.
The thing is if you're really good, you do have the ability to get the shiny.
I will say one thing, though. Is someone, I forgot who it was, I think it was Vern or Dustin, they said to get the triple jump.
Yes.
And that made things a lot easier because I went for that right away.
Yeah.
Triple jump's important in that game. It's the first thing any fucking person that's going to speed run it goes for, is triple jump.
I wonder if we will see speedruns, like legitimate speedruns of it.
We already are. People have
Like-
beaten it. What is it? 38 minutes is the speed run
37, 38
Okay.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, like
How's
that game
possible?
is fucking speed run. Like it's over.
You
It's-
break the sequence. That's how you do it. You get they're
Exactly.
really incredible to watch. You should watch one.
Okay,
after you're done
so
with the game,
if
you'll
you
like it.
like, this is a speed run tip, and don't take this as gospel. But if once you get past the first level, or well, no, you go through the first door, you can get the pieces to get to a door again, and there's a glitch where you can just keep picking up the pieces again and again after you die because it holds on to them. So people are breaking through multiple doors with the same number of pieces you would have collected. So people have like 10 pieces to get to a door when you're
so they're
only
not
supposed
necessarily.
to. You're only supposed to be
Okay.
able to have 3, but because they died, they have more pieces and they could just get through the door anyway.
Those are just small things, though. I mean, these are skilled people. if
No,
you
no,
watch
no,
them
they're-
play.
But this is people figuring out every single possible way to break the
Yeah.
game to do it as fast as
Well,
possible.
also with cutscenes, what they'll do is right before a cutscene,
Save
th-
and quit.
they'll save and quit, and then when they come back in, it takes place after the cutscene, so they don't have to sit through the whole thing, and it takes off less time from
Yes.
you know.
Yep.
It's
full-
faster to reload the
run.
game than it is to watch the cutscene. So, but it's awesome to
Interesting.
watch the speed runs for it
Yeah, they're really great.
because it
A-
only
any
takes 30
speed run.
minutes.
Any speed run is just incredible.
No, but when you watch, because most people are going to play Ori and play the 9 hours and go, that was amazing. But when you watch somebody do what you did in 30 fucking minutes, you're just going to be like, wow. It's kind of like the first time somebody shows you in, what is it, Super Mario Brothers, how to just get the flutes and go through the whole world and go to the end. It's like, yeah, that's it. You're done.
If you want to see some Super Mario Brothers related, look up Kaizo Mario. Look up a speed run for that.
Yeah.
You might know it as Asshole Mario, depending on how old internet you are, but look that up, and that's incredible to watch.
Ori is down to 35 minutes and 53 seconds real time, and 33 minutes and 58 seconds in game time.
That's just insane.
Wow.
But yeah, it's the speedrunning community. That game specifically, like they even talked to speedrunners after it came out, and they were like, "Yeah, we're leaving certain glitches in because it's part of the community."
Speedrunning environment, yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes you wonder if it's going to show up at AGDQ or SGDQ is the next one. It's a speedrunning charity that goes on during the year.
There's
I
no
imagine
way
it's
it
going to show up
doesn't.
there.
It's gonna, just because how beautiful it is and people know it and love it. Because like every speedrunner I've listened to, they're all say the same thing. Like, a lot of games we speed run just to speed run, but this one looked fucking gorgeous, and it has a good story, and it's fun to speed run through. Like but that's an awesome community to be in, and I think we all kind of have touched on it at certain parts of our gaming careers.
Watch a Halo Combat Evolved speed run.
Yeah,
That is
it's fun.
nuts. Backpack reloading and stuff like that. Oh,
So,
it's nuts.
Daniel, how are your Halo speed runs in Lasso?
And Lasso I haven't done, but I've done them on easy. And I've done most of them, except for ODST and a few levels in 1 and 2. But I think I'm pretty much done with trying to do speed runs.
Well, just
It's
through the
coming to a point
library and
Yeah, I haven't done that yet, the library, but it's
Oh.
become it just becomes frustrating and not fun. So I just stopped going for those. I finished the game as a legendary, so I'm happy with that.
all right.
Yeah.
Who do we have left? Michael, what have you been playing?
Well, Destiny, duh. I did play the new PvP mode called Trials of Osiris, which is a 3v3 that you have to be part of a party for. So it's really different. It's like designed to be competitive in a way sense, but that was it was more like the Trials of Salt, where it's just angry people going, "Oh my god, how did you get me?" That sort of stuff. But that was pretty fun. And then I also played some Smite because I finally got a code for that, and it's pretty fun, to be honest. I mean, I played it back on PC like most people have, but playing it again is it's fairly enjoyable. So yeah, that's what I played this week.
How much Destiny? How many hours?
Oh, let's think about it. Well, it was about 6 hours today to get dailies done, do Iron Banner, because it's offering Etheric Light, so there's a good reason to do Iron Baron this week. This is
When
a really
do you-
good way to just guarantee yourself getting to 34, more or less. So
Just a quick question: when do you think Destiny 2 will come out?
2016.
the issue
no.
with that is, do they really want to make a new platform, or they just want to make a really big expansion called Destiny 2? Right. Because I don't know if people want to lose all of this progress they have right now. Like going to a new MMO, gosh, that'd be really tough to justify for some people because of the amount of work they've put into it. Like just going to a brand new game, it's just like
They might call it Destiny 2 and let you import in your old character, and then for anyone who doesn't have that, give you like a base character or something like that.
I mean, he might have two. You might have 2,000 hours put in by the time 2016 comes out.
I feel like 2,000 hours by the end of the summer.
Yeah, so yeah, they have to incorporate that.
They should really just release a giant expansion that would be the size of a sequel, though, and then give it a subtitle and for people who want to buy it, like maybe like offer them a free level whatever character or something, kind of like what Blizzard does with World of Warcraft, you know. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they do, but they're gonna piss off people if they can't like pull everything over.
Carry over their characters.
Yeah, especially from 2 years of stuff like you were talking about, you know.
Yeah,
but they're gonna have to go. Like I don't think you're gonna win over as many people if you do an expansion as if you did a new game that completely did everything right. Because it's gonna be hard to go, hey, come buy the expansion. Trust us, it's working this time.
I agree.
But, I mean, it's not here nor there, I guess.
I mean, it's the thing is, at the end of the day, this hasn't happened before with like a couple of sections like EverQuest and Phantasy Star, right? Those are the only sequels I can think of that got MMOs that got sequels.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head.
Like, there's a reason WoW never got a sequel. I mean, it's better for them to sell expansions.
Mm-hmm.
But not saying I wouldn't want one. I'd be down.
Mm-hmm.
All right, did I leave anybody out?
Steve, right?
You left me out.
Steve, what have you been playing?
So I played Halo with you and Dan. That was quite fun.
Wait a second. The reason I left Steve out, and I do have a reason, is because Steve is topping the achievement charts because he's finishing like every game on the catalog of Xbox One.
So Steve has played everything this week.
Yeah, he's a dick.
I've actually had quite a short week. I've only finished 5 games.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm
saying? So I played Halo. So apart from ODST, I did finish Combat Evolved Anniversary, which was, it was fun. I think I got a part-time as well, which I was quite surprised about. But it's good. It always surprises me how well it still holds up. And then I played Saints Row with Dustin, which it was an enjoyable game, but I don't really like where they've taken Saints Row per se. Like I think 2 was probably the best one, and like I know a lot of people do like how over the top it is, but I can't say I liked it.
No, but I'm glad there's not a Saints Row 5. Like I'm glad it stopped. No, but like it wasn't an immediate like, hey, people love Saints Row 4, let's make it again.
Yeah, I mean we'll have to. So I didn't end up playing Get Out of Hell. I mean I was told it wasn't very good, and I did feel like I'd kind of done what I wanted to, so I didn't play that. But as I said, I did enjoy it. And it was really fun in co-op, and we were getting clusters and wrecking stuff up, and did the Splinter Cell mission, which we kept dying on.
Yes,
or getting caught anyway. So yeah, that was my bad.
Yes.
I played Sparkle Unleashed, which I did for a review, it's a bit like Zuma or Luxor on 360, where you have you have to match up the 3 marbles that go along the track and then they disappear, which is quite fun. But it's the 108 levels in the campaign, and it's like the beginning of it is quite boring because as you go up, it gets more difficult, and then you get like tons of power ups and stuff.
So it's been there, play that game.
Pretty much. I mean, if they cut out about half the campaign and just sort of went straight to kind of the harder stuff, it'd be a lot easier to say I had a really good time. But there's just so much in there. a bit boring. I mean, if you want to get all the achievements for the campaign, you have to complete 324 levels.
If I'm missing the Zuma feel, like I haven't played in forever, is this a good game to pick up to satisfy that craving?
Yes, it's. I mean, the thing is, I feel a bit guilty because it's only $8, and it's got like 20% discount at the moment as well, so it's cheap. But yeah, I mean, you'll have fun with it. And then the sort of final one I played, I finished the Swapper today, which has just literally come out. That's like a space sort of atmospheric puzzle game where you can sort of create clones and then switch between them, and you have to sort of get orbs to progress and stuff. And that is a really good game.
It
How
is.
long
It's
is it?
great.
I don't.
Hours.
How long to beat? Said it was 5 hours, but I saw it took me like quite a bit longer than that. But I guess it depends how long you get stuck on the puzzles for. But there's there's quite a lot of puzzles in there, and they're all and some of them you feel pretty good when you work some of them out.
How long for a speed run, Steve?
I don't know, probably about an hour.
Are we going to see your speed run?
Less than that. You are not. I got all the achievements, so no, you won't. You won't, I'm afraid.
Okay.
But it's another sort of quite interesting sort of space game, like Lifeless Planet. A bit of sort of exploration and what's gone on in this sort of seemingly abandoned space station, and the story is quite cool. The atmosphere is good. It looks nice, and the puzzles are good. So yeah, the Swapper. I'd heard good things, and I thought it was really, really good. So, if anybody's interested, you should go and pick that up. And that's about it, apart from beach buggy racing, which, as you know, there's a lot to that as well. So it's taken me quite a while to get through, but I'm having fun with it.
We missed releases.
Oh, well, what's come out? What's coming out?
Well, SteamWorld Dig and the Swapper have both just gone up on the store this evening. I think both are $15. Then next week there's Elder Scrolls Online on the 9th, and next Friday is Lego Jurassic World on the 12th. There's no Idea Xbox games next week at all. So
it's the first time in I think they said almost a year, there has been an Idea Xbox game coming out. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
So I mean, they've had so much recently. I mean, I suppose they could have stretched them out. It was a bit weird because SteamWorld Dig's release date was only announced yesterday for today, which is kind of, but it's up to them. So.
Well, the week after is E3, so maybe they're timing some releases.
Yeah,
E3 week,
pulling things back.
Yeah, possibly. Was there something that was? I mean, there's stuff that's due soon. I mean, massive Chalice came out over the weekend. There's been so much release recently that to have a.
Yeah, did anyone give Massive Chalice much of a playthrough, or?
I have not played it. Jason liked it though.
I played it only for about maybe 15 minutes, so I really can't even say much about it. So.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. I will definitely check it out, perhaps next week. So I literally, it's nothing.
It's got pretty good reviews.
Yeah, it looks like a really good addition for games.
Yeah, everyone was complaining
we need something to play on Monday, Vern. So maybe that'll be it.
It's not co-op.
Oh, it's not. We'll find something to play.
Is anybody
gotta play more PvZ?
PvZ, yeah, it's a good time.
I could get into that. Action.
Batman's right around the corner, isn't that? That's available for preload right now. Actually, that's some news.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Is anybody getting Elder Scrolls Online or Lego Jurassic World?
I am getting Elder Scrolls, so.
I didn't play the last Lego game.
When is
that I paid $80
Jurassic World
for.
coming out?
Next Friday the 12th.
Yeah, I'll probably buy it. Just
it might be.
Girlfriend.
Yeah. I have bought it because I want more games with dinosaurs in, so that's why I'm buying it.
Yeah, I paid $80 for the Batman Lego game and never got past the first level.
Jeez.
I bought the one with all the DLC and everything. I need to actually go and play it. That might be what I play on Monday, just to get me to play it. 'Cause I need to play it. I spent so much money. I love DC Comics, as everybody knows on the fucking show, so it's insane that I haven't played it. But all right, any other games anybody's been playing that they thought of?
Nope.
Take that as a no.
We don't play games.
We don't
just
play
talk
games.
about them.
We talk about we talk about other amazing games. I can talk about PlayStation games I played because on Twisted Tuesday I played Left Behind from The Last of Us because I had never finished that DLC.
How is it? I still have to play it.
I like it. It's pretty good. It's more The Last of Us, which that's not a bad fucking thing.
No, not at all.
It's great. I like the story. You still get the same character development action, and it just I almost recommend not playing it, Vern, because you're just going to want to play more of The Last of Us, and you're gonna be yelling about how you want a sequel. And
we'll get a sequel. There's no doubt about that.
I know. I want a sequel now.
How could they do it though? How can they make a sequel to that game?
Ellie, maybe she grows up to maybe
Easily.
18, and people find her finally, and they go through that rabbit hole.
Yeah, I'm not going to say any spoilers, but the main characters are all alive at the end, so
Yeah, like
they could easily do a sequel.
Yeah, I mean, they could chuck it anything between sort of 3 or 4 or like 20 years into the future.
No, I don't think you can go
considering
20.
Ellie's
I
age.
think you got to go 4 years because you got to have the what's his name? You got to
You
have
want Joel to be in it, yeah.
and you don't want Joel to be a geriatric. You got to have
Right.
so it has to be like 4 years.
And there's a certain conflict that needs to come up.
yeah.
What would you call it?
No, we came up with
the very Last of Us.
no. We came up with the perfect name for this. What was it, Steve?
We did?
The greatest of us, or
The strongest of
the
us.
strongest
I think,
of
or
us?
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what it was. The strongest of us.
Yeah.
The sequel to The Last of Us. It'd be perfect. You know it. I know it.
They gotta get Annie Wersching back to do Tess, like Razor from the Dead or something.
Yeah.
Oh, in a dream or something?
I don't know. It could be
I don't mind. I
what
don't
is
mind
it?
if they want to ruin canon for it. So
They could have
I
a
don't think
Sergeant
anybody
Johnson,
actually minds.
Johnson's moment. They just make it her cousin.
I like The Last of Us, but I'm definitely more of an Uncharted guy, so I'm pretty excited about the fourth one. And I'm excited about this trilogy. I mean, it sucks that there's not going to be any multiplayer, but it'll be fun to play through the
multiplayer for 2 was so good. I loved it.
It was good. The co-op was really fun too, man.
Is there no
Yeah.
co-op either, or is it just...
No, it's just single player.
just
And the
Ken.
stupidest thing is that they're calling it
An Uncharted
The
collection.
well, they're calling it the Nathan Drake collection. But there's a 4th game that he's in that's not in this collection, the Vita game.
Well, Master Chief's
So-
in Halo 5, but he's not in the Master Chief collection.
He's
Yeah, but it
also
came
on
out
Reach.
No,
before
but
Halo
the
5.
Vita game's already out.
But what about Reach?
It came out before Halo 5 though.
You can't count Reach because it has one scene that if you hold left on the analog stick, you see Master Chief.
Exactly. It doesn't
It
count.
doesn't
you know?
count.
There's a reason they call it the Master Chief collection. It was 1 through 4, you know?
Like, that would be
And-
calling the ODST the Sasquatch collection, since you could look over to the left and see it. Like,
It's a goofy name. They should have called it like the Master Thief collection.
Yeah. Well, it's even stupider because he is the main character in all of them, so obviously it's going to be the Nathan Drake collection.
Yeah, it's really stupid, yeah.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure I remember enjoying Golden Abyss the most out of the 4 of them.
What?
And to be fair, that didn't really have much of an audience on Vita, given that
More
it
like
was on
Golden
Vita.
Piss.
so the Vita game's coming to PS4?
No, it's
No,
not. That's the
No.
thing. It's not.
That's
but,
why
I mean,
it's just 1, 2, and 3.
But at least it's a better value proposition than $40 just for God of War 3.
That's true.
Right, is it going to be $60, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be $60, and they're gonna apparently
Do
they're
the
redoing the
Uncharted.
textures, character models, lighting. So they're full remasters. They're not just gonna be ports. So it'll look.
I don't
good.
know.
I don't know.
I don't
either.
trust that. I don't trust that.
I think
I do.
I agree.
I actually do. It's Blue Point, and they're a good port team. So I think they'll do
Yeah,
a good job.
ports, not remasters.
I
Dude,
agree.
relax.
I don't really think that. Not, I understand what you're saying. I really kind of think that
Well,
you
and
might get like an ODST thing, like the way
No,
they did it.
it's not going to be like a Halo anniversary kind of upgrade, but
No, but
but
like
it'll
I said,
it'll be good. I mean, they'll probably
it's gonna be
clean up.
1080p, 60
They'll probably
frames per
clean
second.
up. They'll probably clean up the textures or use old textures.
Yeah, I'm
without,
sure that.
without being
Compression.
like lower.
Yeah.
Yeah, without compression. They will improve the lighting, and imagine maybe higher res shadows, things like that. So they'll look good.
It'll be The
And-
Last of Us.
That's what I'm thinking. Probably like that.
Like The Last of Us on PS4.
It's a good
I
upgrade.
think it looks good, but it's not like this huge, gigantic leap. It's not. But it's a good upgrade, and I think they'll do the same.
You'd call it a remaster, though. You wouldn't just call it
it wouldn't
port,
be it's not like it's not Saints Row 4 where they just
and apparently they are
the
making some changes. They are making some other changes, like little changes to gameplay and things, based on feedback from people over the years. So we'll see.
Well, I think this was definitely, and I speculated at the time. I don't think this was planned that far off. I think when they learned of the Uncharted 4 delay, they basically probably.
I don't think so. There was rumor about Bluepoint working on remasters for a famous
how long ago?
For a famous game series. It was a long time ago. It was way before any kind of
wasn't it like 6 months ago?
Delays, before any kind of delay news. So
well, then how come they didn't add the multiplayer?
Because they didn't have time.
Maybe it's just a challenge.
But you're talking about, you're saying 6 months. You're talking about a year. They couldn't.
No, but maybe they just didn't want to bother trying to port all that
because
code.
They have one studio on 3 games, so they're not outsourcing it like Master Chief Collection, and they're not going to have all the issues like Master Chief Collection had. So,
but you're not going to also have the content at all.
Yeah, but you also
the thing is, I don't think that many people people are that bothered that it's not there. You will get some people. I mean, Dan said he enjoyed it, but I don't think that Uncharted multiplayer isn't like a Halo. I don't think it's that big.
I think I am the target audience for this because I didn't really play those games, and I'd look at those games as single player games, and I could really care less about the multiplayer aspect. It's going to be more, hey, I want to catch up on the first 3, and that way when I play the 4th one, I know the story.
Right.
And I think that's the audience they're going for.
Probably 360.
And you know what?
Flyovers.
Yeah.
It's going to sell just as well without the multiplayer as if it had multiplayer.
And they don't have to worry about any of the code.
Yeah, and they're going to save money.
Yeah. And it's going to be a 2015 release, you think?
October.
It's October.
It's October, right?
Is it get announced?
My money is on Tomb Raider either releasing the same week or the week either side.
Yeah. Good chance.
I don't know.
I think
Tomb Raider is going to be a November release.
I think,
even though that's a little scary, but
November.
I think Gears and Ultimate Edition is going to be November because, well, I don't know. I guess the 360's 10-year anniversary, but also, the 9-year Gears anniversary, and I think it just makes sense because that's going to be a very busy month. You've got Star Wars COD. I mean, if Fallout was in it, for example.
It looks like Fallout probably will be there, I'd guess. So.
And there'll be
November.
There'll be other stuff.
Yeah.
If they do release Gears of War collection, they definitely have to call Gears of War the Marcus Phoenix collection.
Well, they said they denied that though.
They've already said they're not doing that.
So then they call the Delta Squad collection.
I think it's just going to be one game.
Look, you don't call it the Marcus Phoenix collection because that wouldn't sell the game. You got to call it the Coltrane Definitive Edition, and people will fucking run for miles.
Anything with Coltrane is going to win.
No, it's the Coltrane Woo Edition.
Yeah. It'll be amazing. They can announce it. He was in all the games, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, so you can have every single Gears of War under one fucking game.
They should have called the studio the Cole-alition.
The Cole-alition?
Yeah,
the Cole-alition?
Cole-alition.
No.
Like Coltrane.
No.
No?
I mean, that would be cool.
I thought it was funny when you were tweeting that stuff, but I don't agree that they should actually call the studio that.
Okay,
no.
I think they should. I just funny. I really, it wouldn't matter at all. But I mean, I read that Neo gift, right, and I just started laughing because it was just.
But we do know that it looks like Fallout definitely is coming out this year, though. The retailers have pretty much said it's 2015 for sure. So.
That's been in development for a long time, right?
Yeah, it's got to be a November game. I mean, that's such a big game. They're going to release it there, and it won't even matter when it releases, like what it releases against. Everyone's going to buy it. So,
well, you think that you're getting a Tomb Raider? Not to interrupt you. You think you're getting a Tomb Raider in October?
Yes.
I'm going to say last week of September.
Yeah, well, yeah, last week.
I'm going to say the first day of
That's
October.
That's a smart thing to do it.
I think we'll see Forza will be September, Tomb Raider will be late September or early October. Halo is at the end of October, and then Gears will be November.
Right.
Yeah, but the last week of September would be September 29th. So.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's it? Right. That's all we're getting this year.
No, there'll be
Montana
stuff.
Battletoads.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that could turn up.
There'll be lots of downloadable things that come out in that sort of time. But it's because these are sort of more known retail products. Like Press Play were teasing a game today or yesterday that they said they were teasing for E3, and then they deleted the tweet and replaced it with soon. So
what was the tweet that's been deleted?
they put the same tweet up. It had a picture of a game and sort of some placeholder art that looked kind of like a 3D platformer kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it also looked like it had like 2D in the background. So I don't know if it's a bit like sections of Rayman Legends where you can switch sort of planes and stuff. Yeah, that's the one. Or not, but it Phil did say a while ago they're working on more Macs, so maybe maybe it's a new Macs.
Could be.
So.
All right. Well, I've let you girls ramble on a little too much. I think it's time to end the show. This has been the best armchair game journalism I've seen on the internet. That's what we're going to call ourselves now, or the Armchair Game Journalism Group. Thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. Please follow. Go to steverules.com. That's what I recommend.
Do it.
It's a good site to go to. If you could go to xboxuncut.com too, sometimes Steve links to us every time I post a show because he's awesome.
Please.
But, follow, subscribe. Small,
subscribe.
Yellow.
Subscribe.
All right,
guys. Bookmark.
More games. We'll get you more games. We'll get you more games.
Yeah.
Make it your home page.
Make xboxuncut.com your home page because I don't update it that much, except for when we post some shows.
We need hits.
But thanks everybody for tuning in.